Actually, this would be kind of something interesting for the viewers if they want to go and look at what we all go off for points. Because I think the only people that know this are the people that are riding.
Yeah.
But there's a website, World Snowboard Points List. If you look that up into Safari or whatever, it'll come up and you can look at the rankings of the competition, of where everyone's standing competitive wise. And I don't know. If I was,
it's cool.
I think it's
cool.
interesting to look at.
WSPL.
Yeah.
So how exactly do they invite X Games? Is it just kind of like who's going to put asses in seats kind of thing? Like, do you know what I mean? Is that kind of, that seems like what it is, right?
I think there's a lot of that.
I think that's part of it. I think they do as much as they can try to stick to the top 10 of the WSPL because that's been something that's been talked about quite a bit. But I do also think that, like who's going to show up to watch these riders, you know? Like if someone in the top 10 that no one really knows, they're not going to put them in. I don't necessarily agree with that as a rider because I think you deserve that spot.
Right.
Up there as a top 10. Me and Red were talking about, like, it's a bummer that we kind of lost some majors. If we're talking in golf terms, right? Of snowboarding, of like, when I was growing up, U.S. Open was the major. Like, that was the Masters, right?
Good point. Yeah.
That was the Masters. That was like,
No
if you win the U.S. Open, like, that is the pinnacle of competitive snowboarding. Right? And then you have, like, we were saying the U.S. Open, Locks Open, Dew Tour, X Games.
There was even TTR back in the day, too.
Yeah, way back. Like before our time,
but still.
Big time.
Dew Tour is a 3-stop tour.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it kind of turned into a one-stopper, though.
That.
Yep.
But when it was a 3-stop, I mean, growing up watching that, you're like...
But there used to be a significantly more contests. Now, like I said earlier, we got Locks Open, we got X Games.
And we
maybe got Sean White's.
But this is why I was going to...
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
No, this is what I was going to say. It's going to get really interesting, I think, in these next 5 years with Sean's league coming out. I don't really know what X Games' league is, but I think all these new leagues are nothing but good for the riders and for snowboarding industry, I think. You know, FIS has they hold so much over us, and they hold so much over the U.S. team, but they hold so much over also the other countries as well, because for other countries to go out and do contests, you're going to do something that their Olympic Committee supports. That's the only way they're going to get insurance and have government support and be able to make monies. You know, sponsorships are like pretty hard to come by at times, you know, so they're going to keep rocking with that. And with these other leagues coming around and also working hopefully with the Olympic Committee and FIS and all that, I think it will get sick and it'll only make that Olympic tour and that Olympic circuit better. I mean, I don't...
Right. Yeah. No, I agree. I think with these contests coming out, you're putting a lot of pressure on FIS to make it actually sick and to make it something that people will want to view and make it viewable. I mean, that's been the problem. And I think
that's the biggest problem right there.
With those ones, it's like, all right, clearly you've been blowing it, FIS. Like, and these ones come in and be like, all right, now you almost hope they react in a way that's like, okay, like we're going to get it together and do something here. But maybe not, and maybe we just kind of go this other route, which is also great. You know, like I feel like the other route's almost better at this point.
It could be.
You know?
Totally could be.
But, I mean, who knows?
The biggest thing that FIS and the World Cups they've been messing up on for so long, and we've talked about this for so long, is like our parents can't find a live stream to watch this contest. I mean, you have to be a coder to like get to like find a live stream, you know? Like
go to Best Buy Geek Squad.
Yeah, it's insane, but it's like it's so like you watch any Jimmy Two Shoes can figure out how to, you know, do a live webcast, yet you have people
we can do them here. It's not that hard.
Right.
It's not that challenging.
And we're doing some like the most amazing snowboard tricks that have ever been done. You're like, I mean, let's get a live webcast.
And I would say this, like as a fan of snowboarding, I want to watch it.
Right.
Like give me something to watch. It's not that hard, you know, but we're like 2 decades behind on, it's like trying to fucking create hype around the contest and find a good broadcast. Like I don't even know when shit's happening because I don't know whoever's running marketing over there or whatever, but it's definitely not like, you know, tune in to
that's where the WSL, like if we can try to relate things back to the WSL, it's awesome.
Let me buy a jersey. Let's make it fantasy. Like, dude, let's market this. Like, it's not that hard. It's not even like it hasn't been done. I mean, start with the WSL. Look at the NFL. I mean, I know we're not NFL players, but like, the marketing's out there and it can happen. It's just,
I mean, I guarantee if you were to go to Beijing right now and you can buy a jersey, there'd be Mingsu jerseys
all over the place
on the mountain. It's like, why not run a tour like this? It just feels like we're there's ski racing, part of the FIS, and then snowboarding that's doing really well. It's just like 8 steps below. They just don't really care about it. It's just such old money over there at FIS.
It sometimes feels like we got to do this because the Olympics exist.
Yeah.
And now we own this and now we're doing this.
Yeah.
Sometimes. Yeah. And not to say, like I've said this on the podcast earlier, there's a lot of good people at FIS that are trying to make a difference.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's hard with that establishment, but I'm saying like the people that are within snowboarding in the FIS know what's going on and they're trying their best, but they're also working for FIS. You know what I'm saying?
And there's limits to that.
Right.
Yeah.